Sir, very happy evening to all, my dear lovable students. I believe that the preparations for your September examinations and Jan examination are going very well. Actually, when I talk with a lot of students who have completed the very recent examination or one more, last attempt examination, especially to the students who are writing group 1 or both the group, in group number 1, they are saying that, sir, advanced accounting, we are able to manage it. Now the paper is, sir, lengthy in the last 1 or 2 attempts. That means you really need practice. Amalgamation, big sum they are giving. Consolidation, sir, again branch accounts. Again, IR, internal reconstruction, schedule 3, cash flow statement, and we are supposed to write lot of accounting standards also, and also MCQs and case scenarios that all have to be managed within 3 hours. Okay, fine. Nearly 50% of the mark we are able to score in advanced accounting by tallying 1 or 2 big chapters and by able to write some of the accounting standards. Well and good. Sir, law. My dear lovable students, law students are not feeling that much difficulty as compared to audit in G2, because audit exactly new words, exactly same words ICAI is expecting. The same expectation is not there in law. That to 15 chapters we are supposed to study. In that, nearly 40 marks are coming from the other laws and 60 marks are coming from the Corporate Laws Companies Act. Many students are able to manage 50 plus in law. But the real deciding factor in group number 1 is tax. And in group number 2, it's audit. Here, I am going to talk about tax, my dear lovable students. If you are going to write in September or Jan, first check yourself that are you properly preparing for the tax examination. This tax actually comprises of 2 papers, DT and IDT. Nothing new for you. Every one of you know. In this, DT will be tested for 50 mark and IDT will be tested for 50 mark. Actually, these 2 papers is having the eligibility for test for 100 mark, even 200 mark also. Because DT, even though it is for 50 mark, so much volume are there. Even IDT, they can test from any area. Even that are also eligible for another 50 marks. Still, if ICAI is holding tax as one subject for CA Inter, just to increase the volume, they are checking whether we are able to manage that big thing within 1.5 days of revision and 3 hours of examination. Because after you become a professional, lot of things has to be handled with professional way. That's why still DT and IDT is there in one paper. Sir, if you are going to write in September or Jan, because for May, entirely new act will be applicable, new income tax act will be applicable. My first question to you is how you are preparing DT and IDT. Because many people are not even able to score 40 marks in tax. Sir, the common mistake which I have noted is, now majority or some of the students who have talked, sir, are preparing DT within 25 to 30 hours of marathon. IDT within 20 to 25 hours of marathon. Sir, this marathon is useful for the students who have prepared Pakka regular class, whether my students or any other student who are going to write in September or Jan. So please don't do this mistake. This may be one of the reason why you are not able to score average of 50 plus even in tax also. So my dear lovable students, first point, ensure that you are preparing regular classes for DT and IDT. Minimum 90 to 100 hours of classes are required for DT, even though it is for 50 mark. Minimum, sir, 75 to 90 hours of classes are required for IDT, my dear lovable students, because this is a right time for you to prepare. For example, if DT is for 100 hours, you just think 100 divided by 2 hours means 50 days needed to complete a proper regular class. I'm not talking about my regular, any faculty's regular class. So if you are properly preparing with a regular class, if you are daily able to spend 2 hours, you can pakka able to complete DT in a very structured way. That structured way, if you are missing, sir, the mark may be less than 50 mark. Number 2, if IDT is for 90 hours, 90 divided by 2 hours, 45 days, that means average 45 days are needed to complete the regular classes of the DT and IDT. If you are seeing daily morning DT, if you are seeing daily evening IDT with a structured study plan of daily 2 hours, then my dear lovable students, sir, this subject can be easily cracked. This is what point number 1. Point number 2, when you are preparing tax, please ensure that you are not only studying provision, but you are doing questions or workouts. That means you should be able to apply the provisions into the question. That means solving workbook is equally important for the DT and also the IDT, because in exam they will not ask provision. They will be asking the applications, my dear lovable students. So this is the second point you should be taken care. And third point, my dear lovable students, you should be able to cover hit area in both. That means if you are going to write in September, you should be able to cover hit area. Sir, what are those hit area? A very quick overview I will give you. This is what the indirect subjects overview is all about. I have classified the subject into 5 parts, like part A. You know, supply, tax rate for composite mixed supply, levy and collection of CGST, and composition levy. I call this as basics of GST. You know, in my class, regular class, nearly 28 to 30 hours, I am discussing the basics of the GST. Sir, in place of this 30 hours, as I said, 90 hours to 100 hours. In place of this 30 hours, if you are seeing 3 hours to 4 hours of some marathon or some revision class, either myself or any faculty in YouTube, and if you are feeling that, my dear lovable student, even your basics has been done, you are only losing. Whoever faculty's class you are seeing, even that faculty is taking 25 to 30 hours, including myself. But you are thinking that for this topic that is enough, and you are going to examination, and in examination hall only you are understanding that my basics are not strong, because ICAI is testing real application in examination. You know, the second part in IDT is exemption, that is section 11. A lot of exemptions are there. Nearly 120 exemptions are there in CA Inter itself. So we are seeing this as mark. Okay, this will come for 4 to 5 mark in examination. I'm skipping. If you don't study exemption, the first question, computation of GST payable, will go for toss. This will not come for 5 mark in exam. This is a 15 mark area. In my regular class, I am discussing nearly 16 hours of the exemption, my dear lovable students. 16 hours. The same topic, if you after listen to any regular lecture, if you are listening for 1 or 2 hours, that's fine, fantastic for revision. But primary itself, you are listening for 1 or 2 hours, means you are cheating yourself. That is not the right way of studying. That may be the reason why you are feeling tax stuff. Sir, part number M, this is a main part. This is very scoring area, because from time of supply 4 to 5 mark, value of supply 4 to 5 mark, place of supply 4 to 5 mark, nearly 12 to 15 mark of the question paper will come from this area. You know, this area we are discussing for nearly 13 hours in our regular lectures. But if you are, my own marathon is there for 3 hours in the YouTube. The entire topic, 3 hours. If you are seeing only that, instead of this, my dear lovable students, you will not be able to understand the real essence of the subject. After listening to this 13-14 hours of any faculty, you just see the marathon of that particular faculty or any faculty, whoever you are comfortable. That is a right way of approach of preparation. Here, there is no mistake in the regular class. There is no mistake in the faculty part who are uploading. There should not be any mistake in our part also. That's what I'm saying, because many students are saying that, sir, I have just prepared 20-25 hours for DT or IDT. That is not sufficient. And part number C, registration and ITC, these are the backbones of the subject IDT. Nearly 17-18 hours we are talking about registration and IDT in intermediate lovable students. A very important procedural aspects area. Many of the students used to skip this, like payment of tax, TDS, TCS, books of accounts, return, e-way bill. You know, e-way bill is a sure shot 6 mark area. From returns chapter 4 mark area will be tested. Books of accounts may test, may not test 1 or 2 mark in MCQ. TDS, TCS sure shot 4 mark. Payment of tax is what the question number 1, computation of GST payable. So nearly 14-15 mark is covered from this procedural aspects. What respect we are giving to this nearly 17-18 hours we are discussing this topic. So my dear lovable students, properly if you are preparing, 90 hours of time is needed for IDT. In addition to this, if you are doing the respective workbook, the matching of the provision with the workbook, your preparation for IDT comes to an end. If you are able to score nearly 35 mark out of 50 mark in IDT, you will be able to easily manage 50 plus in tax. And number 2, the hero is DT. Why I kept IDT first is, my dear lovable students, it's a scoring area. And coming to DT, man, we classify DT into heads of income. Number 1, salary and house property. Nearly 22 hours of discussion, because this is literally a easy part, will come for 5 mark. Even salary, it will come for only 5 to 7 mark, but lot of things are there. After clearing your foundation, this is the first time you are studying a paper called as tax. Sir, minimum 100 hours of preparation is needed, whether it is face-to-face class or virtual class. Don't cheat yourself in your preparation. That too in your first preparation. If you are properly preparing for first time, surely I can say that, my dear lovable students, you will be able to score well. Nearly 22 hours we are spending there. PGBP, nearly 20 hours in one chapter, 20 hours. Sir, IFOS and capital gain, sir, nearly 24 hours we are spending, my dear lovable students. These are what heads of income. Then clubbing, a very easy part. Set off and carry forward, very easy part. Chapter 6, a very easy part. Nearly 14 hours we are spending in that area. And again, procedural aspects like filing return, TDS, TCS, advanced tax, basics, residential status, AMT 10A, and computation of total income. That's what the first 15 mark question you are going to get. We are not even trying 1 or 2 questions. From the computation of GST payable and computation of total income, that area itself carry 25 mark for exam. Oh my God. We are ignorant. Don't we do that? Sir, from this nearly 28-30 hours we are spending, this is 100 mark. Sir, in my regular lecture, 100 mark of the classes is discussing. If you are committed to spend nearly 2 hours for DT per day, 1.5 hours for IDT per day, your tax will be taken care, my dear lovable students. After saying all this, if you want, it's not compulsory in nature. If you want, you can subscribe, sir, accounts and sir, tax combo in CA Inter subject combo group number 1. You will be having tax combo, my dear lovable students. Sir, you can go and purchase the tax combo if you want. CA Inter tax combo for September examination for 60 days. Or if you want, you can take it for 90 days. I said 75 days is the valid time. 4,720 is for tax. This comprises of both DT and IDT. I can proudly say that. I am taking tax for last 10 to 11 years. In that, my dear lovable students, 90 hours of IDT and 100 hours of DT, we are able to give for 4,720 rupees. That means nearly per subject, we charges 2,000 rupees plus GST. After your result in your bank account, if you are having 5,000, and you are saying that, sir, I will give that 5,000, can you make me pass, means I can't. If you are going to take an action, you have to take the action today. My dear lovable students, after explaining this much, don't think that just to highlight this, I have putting this video. If you want, you take, no problem. Because after recording for nearly 90 hours for DT and 90 hours to 100 hours for IDT, I'm giving it a 2,000 rupees plus GST for the entire India. If students are getting benefited, for that only we are working from morning to evening, my dear lovable students. So take the action, or if you want only DT, you can go to, sir, individual subjects in group number 1. Like there you can take DT, there you can take 60 days, the same 2,000 rupees plus GST. The same for IDT also will be applicable. So like this, you start prepare for tax. You have to spend time. If you are already part of 90 days program, if you are already part of 60 days program, everything we are covering the same classes only, we are giving, nothing to worry at all. But my dear lovable students, don't think that we can manage tax in examination. That is not happening for the last many attempts, because ICAI is killing. ICAI is saying that by seeing 5 to 10 hours of here and there, blah, 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 and all, don't come and sit in the examination. We don't want such students. We want properly prepared professional students for our examination. If you are ready for that, come for the exam. Otherwise, here and there, I don't know residential status, I don't know, sir, clubbing, set off, carry forward, sir, chapter 6A deduction, computation of total income, nothing, I don't know. I have prepared here and there something for 10 to 12 hours. It will be September, Jan, May, September, Jan, May, again, you will be, sir, falling in the loop. If you want to change your life, any faculty's class, I'm not saying my class, subscribe it, properly sit and prepare it, my dear lovable students. Or if you are a student who are doing for self-study, you have to spend daily 2 hours for DT and 1.5 hours for IDT, 3 hours to 4 hours you have to spend for tax, because this is a 2 paper, my dear lovable students. Don't ignore this, because we are already in the month of June. We are having June, July and August. Whether we like or not, in September our exams will come. So already June 4-5 is there. So nearly effectively 20 days are there. Here 30 days are there. And here 30 days are there. 30 plus 30, 60. And sir, 20, 80 days are there before us. That's what the 75 days target I have set. Be very, very effective for this 75 days. Whoever it may be, whatever course you are studying, whichever academy you are studying, be yourself and give your best. After losing this 20 and 30, and if you are striving hard for this last 30 days, that's a good preparation, but not for September, but for Jan. That will be a big joke for you. Don't make yourself a big joker, my dear lovable students. I hope that this is useful for you. And if you are, any one of you are out of track, now you will be having a rethinking that whether the track what you are going is correct or not. If yes, I just want to know in the comment section that in the September Matunda or in the Jan Matunda, my dear lovable students, we'll meet at an appropriate time with another video. Thank you. Bye-bye from ANM.